All right, so I have with me here today the very great pleasure of having Cynthia Angel with me. So, tell me a little bit about Slow Light. What is this all about?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be talking to you right now. So Slow Light is a passion project for me. I have been a producer in the commercial and short film industry for some time now, about 8 years, but Slow Light is my first baby and venture as an independent film project. So it's a female mystery revenge thriller. It's an audiovisual film, which means there's no dialogue. And it's broken down into 12 chapters, and it will be driven primarily by our visuals and the music of Neil Davidge. Is a producer that I greatly admire. He produced some of the Massive Attack's best albums, in my opinion, anyway. Heligoland, 100th Window, Mezzanine. So our visuals are going to be primarily driven by his music. And we're going to explore some concepts of female relationships in a very provocative way. And consequences for our actions.
So it's fascinating to me when I learned about your project and a few details about it, is that this did not start out as oh, here's a storyline, now we need a score to lay on top of it. You reverse engineered it, and you started with the music, and you made this movie, this film, on top of it, correct?
Correct, yeah. We first worked with Neil on a short film that I produced for the Hayden Planetarium in New York, and while we were working on that project, he was developing his debut solo album. So out of that relationship, his team asked us if we would be interested in working on a music video for the lead track for the album release. So they sent us the entire album, and we did pick a track, and we did shoot a music video for that. But we started listening to the album in its entirety, and out of that, we just kind of came up with this story and approached his team and said, listen, we think that this album is beautiful, it's great. When we listen to it, you know, from track 1 to track 12, like, we have this story that's playing in our mind, and we'd love to tell it. So they were super hyped about that. It's something that I don't think has been done before. So we were excited on, you know, the idea of starting this project in a totally different way and unconventional way. So 2 years later, here we are. My partner, Dominic, and I have been just developing the story for the past 2 years and really exploring how, you know, film noir is a heavy influence on this film, and the female perspective is really important for us. So yeah, it's been 2 years, and we're really excited. The teaser is just a little tease of, you know, a very important part or plot line of the story. But it's just the tip of the iceberg as far as the relationships that we'll be exploring, and the very intertwined stories between our characters.
I mean, I can't imagine how difficult it must be to say, you know, how do I portray this without saying a word? How do I tell a story without using words?
Conscious decision where we would make the film dialogue free, just because we wanted to create a sensory experience. So we felt like Neil's music is extremely cinematic, and that our visuals, married with his music, our goal is to evoke emotion and feeling, just the same way as you described, just through movement and sound on a visceral level. So sometimes in my opinion, I think that words aren't necessary. We did go through many months of looking for our cast, and we have almost all of our cast locked down. We're just missing one important role. But we had many, many things that we wanted them to do, and to move in front of the camera in a way where we felt something. And I think that with all our rehearsals and all of the things that we've been, attempting to do visually, hopefully, if our images are captivating enough, that's enough to, hold an audience's attention.
This whole new format, it's just really intriguing, as is the trailer. And best of luck to you, and thanks so much for joining me today.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks.
Thank you.